So today we're gonna try something very new. I usually just make rank play videos, and this is gonna be my first time ever talking about the CDL. I've been a competitive Call of Duty fan for many years, probably dating all the way back to Ghost, if somewhere around there. I actually don't remember when I first started. Today the main topic is gonna be OpTic Texas. I'm looking at this from a CDL fan. I am a FaZe fan, but I'm not one of those cringy Twitter ones. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? This has been one of the worst runs OpTic's ever been on in the entirety of Call of Duty history. And to me, it doesn't make any fucking sense at all, just because they just came off of a world championship. They just came up the highest of the highs, and now they're at the lowest of the lows. And I feel like no one knows what is going on. Everyone's freaking out. Everyone kind of gave up. And it sucks too, because OpTic is probably like 85% of the fan base in Call of Duty. And you guys seen it at the last event too. Right when OpTic lost, the crowd turned to dog shit, which is very unfortunate, because I feel like the crowd makes things very hype. That's why everyone likes going to the European events, because European fans are absolutely insane, but for some reason the American fans just have no dope and just sit there in silence, and all they really care about is basically if OpTic is in or not, right? So that's one thing that kind of blows about them not doing good right now. I know there's a lot of questions going on, like, are they even gonna get back to their championship caliber that they were at before? They already dropped Kenny. They picked up Skies. Kenny was having a fucking shit show of a stage. He was dropping 1.3s, couldn't get a kill, just looked super uncomfortable. And apparently Hex said that he dropped himself, right? So they went to pick up Skies, that was also doing absolute dog shit, and he just got blessed by going on OpTic. But will this fix their problems? I honestly don't think so at all. In my opinion, I think this team is fucking chalked right now. If you guys look at the minimap and you guys watch all the games, there's no reason at all that this specific team with these caliber of players should be getting shit on as bad as they are. They're barely winning any maps. Yes, they beat the Minnesota Rocker, right? The Minnesota Rocker are like an off and on team. I feel like this tournament, they were absolute dog shit. The only other team they beat was the Falcons, and they beat LAG. Two teams that are probably way worse than them as well. So I feel like those really don't even matter, but they were just getting shit on 3-0'd every fucking series, and it wasn't even close. And to me, it looked like they weren't even trying. It looked like they didn't even want to be there, and it just looked like they just didn't know how to play as a team, which makes no sense because they just came off of a whole year together, so they should have the chemistry to be able to play as a team. They're one of the only teams that didn't make a roster change, obviously because they won a championship. So there's obviously something going on inside the OpTic camp that we don't know about. They all still seem super cool with each other. Don't think it's an out of game thing, which I know a lot of teams have out of game problems that they don't talk about. And I just wish people, like in regular sports, they have interviews, they say what's going on with their teams, and everyone really kind of knows what's going on inside the locker room. But in Call of Duty, we don't know shit unless they actually come out and say it. Like, no one would have known Kenny dropped himself unless Hex came out and said it, right? We would all assume that they dropped Kenny just because he was being dog shit, right? No, that wasn't the case at all, but obviously that was probably gonna happen either way, but still. But I also do think out of nowhere they could flip a switch and they could instantly go back to where they were before, just because their talent on that team alone is actually insane. They have some of the best players in the world on that team, but they just need to figure it out. Something is not clicking. I don't know if they don't know how to play the game. They obviously, you can tell with the listens, and they all kind of want to do different things, and none of them are listening to each other. They're all on like different pages. In the S&Ds, they might be listening to each other, but when it comes to the hard points and the controls, they're just doing whatever the fuck they want. Everyone's doing their own thing. I feel like they're all trying to do too much in a way. Like, they're all trying to play perfectly and make a perfect play in that specific moment, and it's just not working out at all, because in this game I feel like teamwork outweighs talent by a lot. Like, look at Toronto, for example. Toronto fucking shit on LAT just by using insane teamwork. LAT has a crazy fucking roster. They have a superstar roster, and they just got absolute shit on just by teamwork alone. Granted, Toronto are good, don't get me wrong, I didn't say they were bad, but LAT should be able to shit on every fucking team they play, probably except FaZe. But that just goes to shows how well teamwork works. Like, that, even Miami last stage, Miami got top 3 based off of teamwork alone. If they're not using teamwork that day, they obviously get shit on, and OpTic does not look like they're using teamwork at all, and they're just all individually getting shit on. And it was also very unfortunate for them because the whole Pred situation, we obviously don't really know what fully happened. They didn't really say anything. I don't know if they ever will, to be honest. When they went to go pick up Hook, I think that's the best they looked this whole game, bro. Hook is like an amazing player. They looked more comfortable on the map with Hook than with Pred. Granted, Kenny was still kind of getting shit on, but I feel like he looked way more comfortable on the map with Hook. Shotzi looked way more comfortable with Hook. And now it's like they randomly decided to bring back Pred. They go like 0-18 or 0-21 map count, and now it's just a shit show altogether. Now everyone just looks like they don't know what they're doing, bro. Like, I feel so bad for them because I individually like all those players, and I personally don't think Skies is gonna change anything at all. I personally think it's way too late, but granted, anything could happen. Next stage, they could be fucking gods. People kind of keep giving Skies shit and OpTic shit this major, but it's like, bro, they picked up Skies after going like what, fucking 0-18, 0-21 or whatever, and they only had like 3 or 4 days of practice. They're obviously not gonna do good. So everyone that expected them to do good is kind of like, I don't know why you guys would kind of expect that. They're a brand new team. You guys would probably want them to have a honeymoon stage, but that wasn't the case at all. I would say you guys were probably kind of comparing them to this Vancouver Surge too much, because Vancouver picked up Neptune, they dropped Hixie, and they just turned into a god squad after just getting shit on. So Neptune is already like a top 5 sub in this game. Skies, he is not Neptune. He is not gonna change the team that drastically. Granted, like he said, he will take time. His role on this team right now is to try to enable the rest of the players to let them do whatever the fuck they want. He's trying to be the most unselfish player in the world, which is causing him to get shit on, which a lot of people don't like, because a lot of people, they just look at the stats, bro. They don't look at what people are actually doing on the map. They don't look at the mini map. They don't look at the arrows. They don't see what plays people are making. So that kind of separates like an average viewer compared to like a kind of a knowledgeable viewer that looks at the plays that you're making. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be negative and be making game-winning plays, and people will not see that and just automatically think you're getting shit on and you suck. Which, unfortunately, that happens a lot to a lot of players, which it's probably feels so bad to see, because you're like, bruh, not everything is about the scoreboard, but that's just how it is. I don't know, bro. I really don't know if OpTic are gonna get back to where they were last season. Comment down below what you guys think. Don't be biased, all right? Do not be biased. At least be a little bit reasonable, because I do think they can get to where they were before just off of talent alone. But is it too far gone? Is this whole team chalked already? Like, is their chemistry done? Are they all tired of each other already? Because they could be friends outside of the game, but they could really be tired of each other inside of the game. And I feel like that might be the case. Who knows? A lot of people are calling for a 2-person change, so we'll see where it goes. OpTic don't really like changing their teams that much, and when they do, they only pick up like 1 or 2 players. I don't know if they're gonna ride out the rest of the year and do some crazy roster mania shit, but comment down below what you guys think of this current OpTic Texas team. I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Let me know if you guys like this type of content. I will start talking about it more, because I am very passionate about the CDO, and I do want to start getting into it, you know, like on YouTube at least. So yeah, if you guys could please like, comment, and subscribe, it'd be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.